Hi, welcome to my channel and another video. Reminder that this is mainly for fun and these are just opinions. You don't have to agree with them, but keep it respectful in the comments. Let's get into it. 1. Twice should have backed out or declined performing at the Victoria's Secret show. I know a lot of onces view this as a big opportunity for Twice to reach new audiences, but I think this performance did more harm than good. For one, only 4 members was present, which I didn't understand because they had backup dancers, so it couldn't be because the stage was too small. And this is not hate towards Momo and Chewie, but they've brought along some of their weakest vocalists too. Like, I know Jonghyun is filming her movie, but was Mina and Chaeyoung not available? Then to top it all off, the actual performance was a mess. Again, this is not me hating, but any unbiased person with good hearing can hear how they didn't sound good. I know Chewie was sick and nobody was expecting some grand vocal delivery from Momo, but even Nayeon and Jiho sounded off-key and flat during some moments. Like, this was truly one of their worst vocal moments since 2020. But I don't blame the girls and think everyone should give them grace. We know they can sing and they're so overworked and busy this year, like they've released 3 full albums, headlining Lollapalooza, in the middle of a world tour, fan meetings and so much more. They haven't had any time to rest their voice, which, going back to my original point, is why they should have backed out of performing, because this did more harm than good. But it seems like everyone on their team, including Twice sometimes, is so obsessed with Western validation that they walk themselves right into another hate train. Who in their right mind thought it was smart to introduce thousands of people to Twice with 5 members absent, 1 sick, and 3 exhausted, thus not singing their best? Now you got locals dragging them, saying they had the worst performance of the night and most likely won't give them a proper chance because this is their first impression, when Twice could have just went next year to avoid all of this. 2. Yseult doesn't owe Soyeon anything. It's crazy how Yseult was the artist that had their work stolen and as an independent artist had to fund her MV out of her own pocket, and yet she's the one receiving the brunt of the hate. I keep seeing Soyeon fans argue that she didn't direct the MV, so she shouldn't get called out or have to take accountability, but that's not how that works. She's a featured artist. She's in the MV and she's financially benefiting off of work that ripped off another artist. I agree RT and his management should be the main ones getting called out, but stop the BS acting like Soyeon should be totally absolved in this mess, because regardless, her name is attached to the song. And as a woman whose whole brand and message is being that she's a feminist and a proud self-made woman and etc., why wouldn't you want to at least clarify yourself and give the artist you stole from, whether she knew or not, an apology? And if it was the other way around and she stole from Idol, y'all would have acted like rabid animals. In her comments, not find the MV director, but when it comes to Soyeon, it's stop mentioning her, blame the director and RT, which is just contradicting yourselves. Because the director spoke up and said neither RT or Soyeon had anything to do with the creative direction of the MV, it was all him. So using y'all same logic, should RT now be free from any criticism and demands of compensating and crediting Yseult even though it's his song and he's financially benefiting off of it simply because he wasn't the director of the MV and it wasn't his idea? No, that doesn't make sense. So why do y'all think it does for Soyeon? Yseult only half fault is only tagging Soyeon in her original IG post, but after she was informed that RT is actually the original artist and Soyeon is only a featured artist, she corrected herself in other posts. So I'm also not liking y'all Soyeon fans going around saying she's bullying her when all she did was tag her to get her attention and ask to be properly credited. And a lot of the reactions is in big overreaction and giving very much racist. How are y'all mad that another artist is mad her work was stolen and won't just easily let it go? Trying to trend protect Soyeon from Yseult, and Yseult apologize to Soyeon, like free Soyeon from what? Being held accountable. Yeah, I know exactly what y'all are trying to do and how y'all are trying to twist the story. Y'all want to make Yseult seem like the big aggressive black woman who's bullying Soyeon, when Soyeon isn't a victim and wasn't done wrong in any way, shape or form. Y'all are the ones now being racist, throwing out slurs and monkey emojis because people refuse to infantilize and baby this grown woman. And if Soyeon deserves an apology just because Yseult mistook her for being the owner of the song, the entire Idol fandom owes Yseult a big apology for being insanely racist and actually bullying her just because she wants to be fairly credited for her MV being plagiarized, that again, was funded out her own pockets. 3. The W Korea breast cancer awareness event was insensitive, but most of the outrage is performative. I agree. It's crazy how an event said to be for making awareness to breast cancer was made to be another event for celebrities to party, drink, and basically mingle together. And it's even crazier that only 3 idols actually spoke out regarding breast cancer while the rest couldn't even bother to wear pink or even just a pink ribbon as an accessory. And only 40,000 was raised even though the room was filled with millionaires and billionaires. It was giving very dystopian and let them eat cake. But I'm also not about to pretend that a lot of outrage from people is genuine. This event has been going on for 20 years annually, so why are people only calling it out now? And from what I've seen, I've only seen K-nets calling out the female idols like aespa and Wonyoung breaking down their outfits, their figure, and shaming Winner for talking to V because apparently they're dating. Like, look at some of the most viral tweets with thousands of likes. What do their outfits have to do with them not speaking up about breast cancer awareness? This whole conversation is seconds away from slut-shaming, and you're not about to convince me that the same K-nets that's bullied and slut-shamed female idols into depression and suicide actually cares about bringing awareness to women. And international stans mostly only care to fuel their stan wars and to prove their idols are more morally superior because they didn't attend the event, even though they haven't donated or made a singular post bringing awareness to breast cancer. 4. I genuinely don't care about doechii, Cat's Eye, or any other Western artists having light sticks or photocards. People are acting like it's some sacred K-pop tradition being stolen, when in reality, there's nothing original about it to begin with. Light sticks didn't originate in K-pop. The whole idea started in Japanese concert culture, where fans were already using glow sticks and personalized light gear long before. K-pop just commercialized it. And Motown was including photos cards of the Supremes and Diana Ross decades ago before K-pop was even a thought. Collectible inserts have always existed in music, from boy bands in the 90s to rock groups selling posters and stickers. But of course, K-pop took those ideas, rebranded them, and acted like they were the first to ever think of it. So the audacity to get mad at non-K-pop artists for using light sticks and photocards when K-pop weren't the first to come up with these ideas is funny. The hypocrisy is insane, especially when half of y'all's favorite groups are just reimagined versions of Western artists anyway. Literally the biggest rookies this year that everyone is praising stole their whole sound from Travis Scott, A$AP Rocky, and Playboi Carti with a Korean filter on top. K-pop stays borrowing from others, but the moment Western artists flip the script, suddenly K-pop fans starts to understand what cultural appropriation is. I hope even more Western artists start releasing light sticks and photocards just to see K-pop stans get even more mad over something that was never theirs to gatekeep in the first place. Anyways, that's all the opinions I have for this video. If you watched this far, thank you and goodbye.